answers.
I echo what both of you said regarding ROI. It's so important, and I find that all too often people don't look for the ROI. They just say, we've got to do it. There's single person dependency, or there's a risk here. If we don't, we have to modernize. But if you don't really put a dollar value on it, and this is one of the things we challenged Paul when we started out, which is we have a methodology called the profit matrix, where we'll actually go in and say, let's benchmark where we're at today, and what does success look like 6 months from now, 18 months from now, or 3 years from now, so that we can actually measure how are you automating that process and what does the ROI look like, right? Because what's ROI for company A may not be what it is for company B. But the other thing to keep in mind is, and this is the process that Paul spoke about, is the idea of a blueprint builder. It's our process to actually come in, bring in a business architect, somebody who understands construction but also understands construction tech, to come in and sit there and actually evaluate the current process and document how it is being done. To Mike's point, if you're doing it manually, that's almost cleaner, because then you can actually take that process and, you know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So if you can take the time with a user to actually document what they're telling you, then you can go back and say, you know what, there's already a process out there. So sometimes what we'll do is we'll go through a blueprint builder and we'll find an off-the-shelf package that'll actually work, and then we don't have to build it, right? But the concept is, let's start with first examining what the needs are before we'd ever recommend a solution.
And Paul, can you just expand on that? From your perspective, really, in how connected was alligatortek in that process, and how did that really change how you guys move forward?
Yeah, so as we spoke about earlier, that engagement with our project architect was hugely important. Getting into the field, getting into the offices, really understanding where the roadblocks are and helping us working through them. So just identifying that process for themselves was critical. And it's certainly a necessary part of acquiring new software or building one.
Yeah, Mike?
Yeah, I have just one thing to add. So